week number 5 as we get ready for the second week of district action. Our weekly preview presented by the Browns West Branch family of dealerships. Jason, 1-0 just feels really good. We talked about it earlier this year. We were 1-0, and now the Bears are 1-0 in district play. A big win against Eliza Muscatine Friday night.
Always good to start off on that right foot. It's cliche, but it's good to start off on the
left
right
foot. I mean, why does it have to be the right foot?
The right foot? Well, I mean, I'll go the right foot and come right. No, but that gets me in front of you. And right now, they're in front, tied to the front of the district with 2 other teams. And 4 of these 6 teams are going to make the playoffs. And you got to win some games to make it, and the first one's good to get into the books.
Yeah, and it was a situation, I mean, Coach Hirschman said at halftime with the Veterans Night going on, a team that on paper you should be able to take care of, that sometimes you may worry about these guys, wandering a little bit, not really staying locked in, but it felt like the Bears did a good job of that.
There was, and the fact that they did it, it was clean. They got a lot of different players able to see some action on a Friday night under the lights at West Branch, which some freshmen are probably down there a little nervous when they're on the field for the first time, but they got to feel that, and then now they're going to want to do it more and more. But this week it's on the road, and it's a little different opponent. It's Mediapolis.
Mediapolis.
We kind of remember them from last year.
Just a little bit. They came up to Butch Peterson Field at the Little Rose Bowl, knocked us out of the postseason. Was it 20-14 or it was a close game like that, within 1 score. But we get to go down there, and it's not going to be much different in terms of, we know that Mediapolis likes to run the football. They like to just chew up yardage, chew up clock, and you look at them on paper, they don't wow you with some of the quote-unquote measurables. You watch them on film, they wow you with the fact that they're athletic and they play good football.
Anthony Isley, sure measurable. He does. He's one that really, really does. 707 yards through 4 weeks of football, 8 touchdowns. Do the math with his carries. Well, we don't need to. 12 yards, a little over 12 yards per carry. And that's including last week only 5 yards per carry. Just take that away last week.
Only 5 yards per carry.
Only 5 yards per carry, which that's a first down with 2 carries. But he's averaging a first down. Yeah, that Matt checks out with him too. Good player. They had a lot of kids graduate in some places, but to have that kind of a kid back, and he's just a junior, you're going to definitely want to keep your eye on number 6. It's going to be tough to miss him because he's a very spectacular and special football player.
That's the other thing you notice about them is there are quite a few sophomores and juniors that are contributing. They're kind of like another team practicing right behind us right now. That a lot of youth, but some talent in those younger grades.
And see, the best thing about freshmen, they become sophomore, junior, and then junior, seniors for next year. And not only do they have that, they got some. How do I word this? They've got a special player in a place that you don't really talk about very much, special teams, arguably the best kicker in the state of Iowa, and Drew Miller, 10 touchbacks out of 21 attempts, and he's got that ability like an Australian punter that we see over in Iowa City. He can get the ball to stop and just stop. It's not going to bounce and bounce and bounce. But with the wind going to be out of the north tomorrow on Friday night, when he's kicking to the south, he may kick it to Burlington down to Fun City, and you won't have to worry about returns very often.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see because, Meepo comes in, 280 yards per game on the ground. They get almost 360 yards total offense. They do give up about 300 yards of offense. So is it going to be the Bears defense that can slow down Mediapolis, or is it going to be the Bears offense that finds a way against Meepo's defense? How is that going to shake out? That'll be kind of an interesting question to see.
It will, because we've chronicled, we've talked about it every week. This Bear defense has really stepped it up even from last year. Not as many turnovers as last year, but they're not giving up points. They're not giving up yardage. And this week they're going to get that test, not just from Isley, quarterbacks thrown. They've got, 1,300 yards total. They've rushed. This kid has rushed for almost as many yards as West Branch has total. But you've got 3-4 kids with over 20 carries, Steven, so they can bite you from a bit of different ways. Just don't watch number 6. Or they're going to bite you somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a typical Mediapolis. Yeah. They're just going to be a team game and really be able to put some things up. So going to be a fun one for the Bears. Hopefully can move to 2-0 in the district, but it's going to be a tall task.
And football weather is kind of returned. As we're here right now, it's kind of chilly. So it's going to be a nice turf field. It's going to be a nice game. And this is a big game because Meepo's coming off a loss to Regina last week, and they don't want to start 0-2 in the district, or you're on the back burner looking up to the heat. So big game for West Branch as well to maybe get to 2-0 and feel a little bit better about their postseason chances.
Well, if you can't make it down there, we'll have the pregame coverage at 6:30. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock down at Mediapolis. Our weekly preview brought to you every week by the Browns West Branch family of dealerships right here at westbranch.football.